So you're trying to figure out your calorie deficit. You can go to one of those online calculators. I just found that this way worked much better for me because I wanted to get a more accurate reading. So if you're a beginner just getting into weight loss, this video is going to be super helpful for you. Just to start off, what is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit just means that you're eating fewer calories than your body is burning in a day. And that is exactly how fat loss happens, by consistently eating in that deficit over a period of time. First off, we're going to calculate your BMR. Don't get stressed out with any of these abbreviations. BMR just means the amount of calories that your body needs to survive at rest. So for women, you are going to take your weight and convert it into kilograms. Once you have that number, which you can literally just do a quick Google search, ChatGPT it, times 10. So your weight in kilograms times 10 plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters. So you'll need to find out your weight in kilograms and your height in centimeters. Minus 5 times your age minus 161. So I'll have the whole equation written out on the screen. But just to go over that again, for women, it's going to be 10 times your body weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters minus 5 times your age minus 161. Now for men, it's just a little bit different. It's going to be 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters minus 5 times your age plus 5. So the only thing that's switching is going to be for women at the end, it's minus 161. For men, it's going to be plus 5. So say we have a 25-year-old woman. She weighs 150 pounds and she's 5'5". She would have a BMR that's around 1,450 calories. Now that we have your BMR, we're going to calculate your TDEE. This is the amount of calories that you burn in a day, including your movement. So let's just go quickly over activity levels because I feel like this is where people kind of get it confused, and it's like sometimes you want to lie to yourself and be like, I work out way more, or sometimes you might be totally underestimating yourself, and the last thing we want to do is undereat. That is terrible. At least with overeating, or at least if you're eating a significant amount of protein, you'll still be gaining muscle. You might be gaining fat, but you're still gaining muscle. So undereating, I believe, is much worse than overeating. So first off is sedentary. Sedentary is like you barely get up. Like you probably work a desk job and you don't exercise at all. Like the movement you're getting in a day is you going up to your fridge and getting food out of it and going to the bathroom. That number is going to be 1.2. Lightly active is you work out probably 3 times a week. No crazy workouts. Maybe you do like a yoga class. Maybe you go and walk your dog. But still kind of a desk job or something that you're not very active in every single day. That is going to be your BMR times 1.375. Moderately active, and I feel like this is a lot of people, is you're probably working out 3 to 5 times a week. Got some weightlifting up in there, you try to kind of walk. Maybe you're like aiming around 7,000 steps per day, maybe even more. Or maybe you also just have a more active job, like you're a teacher or a server. That's going to be your BMR times 1.55. Very active is going to be, you're probably working out 6 to 7 times a week. Your step count is up there, probably around 10K. And you're just doing weightlifting sessions, or you're doing classes, Pilates, whatever, but you're doing it on a more regular basis. That's going to be your BMR times 1.725. Super active is like you might be working out twice a day, or you have a super active job, like you're in construction or something like that, or maybe even athlete level type of performance. So you're working out maybe even 7 days a week, or even just 6 days a week, but you are working out very often. So if you're like a construction worker, maybe you're doing that job and then you're going and getting a good workout in after that. That's going to be your BMR times 1.9. Again, I'll have everything listed right here for you guys. So let's take our 25-year-old 5'5" girl that weighs 150 pounds as our example. And let's say she's lightly active. She works out maybe 2 to 3 times per week. She does like a yoga session and she goes and walks her dog. Well, we're gonna take the 1,450 times 1.375 and we're gonna get just under 2,000 calories, 1,994 calories. That's gonna be her maintenance. Now, of course, to be in a calorie deficit, you're going to want to subtract calories from whatever your maintenance is. So whatever the number is that you calculated, you're gonna try to take 200 to 500 calories off of that. I am not gonna tell you guys to take 500 calories off, and I think it's really good to start slow. I think 200 calories is perfect. This is way easier because when you aren't used to being in a calorie deficit and you just jump from whatever it is you're eating now, which could be who knows how much over your deficit, or it might be around the same, but it's kind of shocking to your body, and your body's gonna think you're going into starvation mode. So slow down, start with 200 calories. I learned the hard way, and I would always try to lose maximum weight in the fastest period of time, and I get that, but that's usually gonna just lead you to jumping back. So start slow and do 200 calories. That is the only way I was able to sustainably lose the weight. So our girl is gonna be eating about 1,774 calories a day for her calorie deficit. No woman should ever go below 1,200 calories, and no guy should go below 1,500 calories. You have a doctor or a nutritionist that has told you to do so, but you're being very closely supervised on this. Other than that, there's really no reason why anybody should be going that low. Also, I just want to say focus on quality foods, because it's much more easy to stay in a calorie deficit when you're eating whole foods that are one ingredient, i.e., you know, your fruits, your vegetables, your protein, foods that are one ingredient. Those are going to make you a lot more satiated and feeling full. So it's easier to stay in a calorie deficit than just eating ultra processed foods. Use an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to track if that's something that helps you. Of course, there are multiple ways to track, and I'm definitely going to make a video about that as well. Just remember that your calorie number is just a tool, and it's all about consistency and not perfection. So if you're not staying on that number every single day, don't freak out. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world if you miss a day of staying perfectly in your calorie deficit. I go over mine pretty often, and I eat under it often sometimes too. So just know that it's just there for reference, but it's okay if you go over it or go under it. It literally would take you eating 3,500 calories over your maintenance calorie to gain a pound. So it's not the end all or be all. It's when you're really consistently for like a long period of time overeating and you're way above your calorie deficit. That's what makes the weight come. That's all for this video, guys. Feel free to check out any of my other videos or drop a comment if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to know. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, go watch my TikTok, because that's where I'm better at posting, but I'm getting better at posting on here. So I'm really proud of myself. That's all.